Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Will Folkerts with Refuge at the First United Methodist Church in Sheraton. I hope this finds you well and that you've had a good summer so far. So today, I would like to talk to you about the concept that has become extremely important to my life. A phrase so incredibly powerful that it only requires 6 words to change a situation completely. My motto, my proverb, the words that shape my everything, it would have to be the idea that greater things are yet to come. And I've used this phrase so many times, and I often find myself wrestling with this phrase as I try to understand the many things that happen to me, both the good and the bad. I've actually based many of my big decisions in life on this. I've turned away things because I hear those words, greater things are yet to come. Just wait. And then I've also heard like go, like this is the great thing I have for you. And it's kind of weird thinking that like those words kind of pop up in my head at the right time, but seriously, so powerful, the idea that greater things are yet to come. Um, and it's a great way to exercise that faith and trust in Jesus, even when it's hard to trust and to think that, just wait, greater things are coming your way. And like I said, it's tough sometimes. And we have to talk about, or we have talked about, when that answer to a prayer is no, and that hurt and confusion that follows afterwards, um, with the thoughts of like, why God, don't you want this for me, or God, don't you know how bad I wanted this? Like I've had those conversations, I've had that argument, and to me, His answer has always been, I understand. I know you're upset, but just be patient. Greater things are yet to come. I mean, talking about this now, there are different memories in my mind that flash back to this tipping point of like there's a fork in the road, and it's like, just wait, greater things, don't go just yet. And this conversation has truly happened to me, and I'll tell you from experience that sometimes you have to be patient and you have to continue to pray, and it's tough being patient. The no's or redirections that you receive from God are those stepping stones. We've talked about the stepping stones before, the path that you can look back on and see like where He's actually leading you. And it's just leading you to something far greater than you thought could actually happen. I have two Bible verses for you today, and the first discusses how to press on even when the answer is no, because of what could be. And it comes from Philippians 3:12 through 14. It goes like this. It says, I don't mean to say that I have already achieved these things, or that I have already reached perfection, but I press on to possess that perfection from which Jesus Christ first possessed me. No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Jesus Christ, is calling us. Now, it's hard at times to move on from the past. Some people are perpetually stuck. Now, perpetually means like constantly stuck in the past or in a decision that they have made that makes it hard to move forward into the future. And that's really hard to get to those greater things if we're stuck, right? And have you ever thought about something? I saw a meme on this one time. Have you ever thought about something that you have said or did in the past that still makes you shudder? Just like, ugh, like I can't believe I did that, or I can't believe I said that. I wish that never happened, or like you're like, I really hope no one else remembers that. I have a few of those, and I'm sure so do you. But we cannot dwell on our past uh, because, as Christians, something far greater has yet to come, and that is our journey to heaven. And I have a story for you that comes from a memory that outlines the power of greater things are yet to come. And for a long time, I thought this was a very strange memory, and I never remembered, or I never remembered why I remembered it. I don't know why it stuck with me so long until just recently, and it was just kind of like, that makes sense type of thing. And as I've gotten older, it has become a source of wisdom that I value very greatly. And it actually comes from my great grandfather. His name was Jack Peterson. He was a rough and tough guy who was in the Navy during the Korean War and worked as a railroad man after. And I don't have very many memories of my grandpa Jack, other than the fact that he lived in Minnesota and he had a very distinct laugh. And like I said, I don't remember why I don't remember why I remember. I don't know why I remember. Okay? He was my first great grandparent to pass away in my life. I do know that he was an avid smoker and he was diagnosed with lung cancer, and which was eventually what claimed his life, was the lung cancer. Um, and I do know that my grandpa Jack didn't find a relationship with Jesus until the end of his life, which brought him much peace. And of my very few memories, this next one is the one that has truly stuck with me throughout my life. And that would be something that he said as he was dying of cancer. He said, I can't wait to see the size of the oyster that made the pearl for the gates of heaven. At least that's how I remember him saying it. And at the time, which I was young, I thought this was a very weird thing to say. I just thought that my grandpa Jack really liked oysters, and I was like, okay, there's oysters in heaven. And but thinking now, what he said connects perfectly to the idea that greater things are yet to come. My grandpa was looking forward to heaven, which offers far greater things than anything here on earth. He found solace. He found peace as he was dying, thinking of the first time he'd see the gates of heaven, the pearl that came from that giant oyster. And I, it's such a weird memory, but I love it. It's one of my favorites, and I'm going to carry it with me forever. It's one of my true favorite memories, and I wish I had a better relationship with my grandpa Jack. He lived far away, and that's okay. He gave me that one memory that I'm going to carry with me forever, and it's just kind of outlines the power of heaven as that ultimate destination. And I want to end today with a verse that comes from John 14, 1 through 4. And it says, don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me. There is more than enough room in my Father's home. If this were not so, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? When everything is ready, I will come and get you, so that you will always be with me where I am, and you know the way to where I am going. It's just kind of that icing on the cake right there. Always remember that Jesus has prepared a room for you in heaven, and that greater things are yet to come. Look forward to that giant oyster that made that beautiful pearl. Have a great week.